Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha. I'm so excited to be back with you again for another episode of Struggling with Your Weight. We're on episode number 4. And our specific thought for today is your weight impacts how you feel. For how many of us is that true? Our weight does, in fact, affect how we feel. If you know my testimony, I weighed 300 pounds. I struggled with my weight my whole life. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I remember being on Slim Fast when I was like 8 and testifying of losing 20 pounds or something. It's been a part of who I am. But 300 pounds for a woman that was 5'3"? So I want to show you a picture that I found. My cute chubby wubby face. Don't I look the same? Yeah, but that was me. And that wasn't even 300 pounds. That was at the upper 200s. So again, I know what it's like, family, to be in a body. Should I say it? To be in a body that you despise. That's the reality. Man, woman, girl, boy, when you are overweight, you carry you wherever you go. So we have to get this area under control. We have to. So I just want you again to think of this thought. Your weight impacts how you feel. And I want to come from this book today, Today Matters. And it's by my mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell. And as I was reading it, it really touched me. And I was surprised because I wasn't expecting this. About the connection between our health and, for our purposes, our weight. And then really every area of our life being affected by it. It says your health impacts you emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. It says you can escape from a lot of things that might hurt you. You can quit a hazardous job. You can move from one climate to another. You can stay away from someone who wants to harm you. No big deal. But you can't get away from your own body. For as long as you live, you're stuck with it. If you make choices that cause you to be continually hurting or unhealthy, being overweight, it will affect every aspect of your life. Your heart, your mind, your spirit. So this is more than just about losing weight. If we want to have peace in our heart, our mind, and our spirit, we have to attend to this area of weight. And I know exactly what that means. I mean, I can remember just, and I typically was not a person that was filled with depression. I mean, I've got a great self-confidence, and I've always had. But even when I was overweight, but being overweight, it is depressive. Because you're in a body that you carry with you everywhere. And when you can't bend down and latch your own shoes or tie your own shoes, when you can't zip all the way up and button that button on your jean or your trouser, you just put the shirt that's big that goes over it. I know what I'm talking about. When you're climbing a flight of stairs and you're out of breath by step number 2. When your friends that you hang around are all thin, are of moderate size. All of it. When it's summertime and it's hot and you live in California and you're overweight, it affects us in every way. So please, this is bigger than just being small or smaller. It's about gaining our life back. That's what's important. And we talked about thinking ourselves thin. We have to have the right mindset. And we talked about consistency is key. Whatever you do, be consistent with that. And last week I challenged you on episode 3, I challenged you to cut whatever you're eating in half. So for instance, if you eat a whole pizza every night, then only eat half a pizza. Now, I don't recommend you eat the pizza at all if you're trying to lose weight. Ay, 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 ay. However, I'm trying to slow roll us in this so we can do some practical steps. And I have to say this, I am not a medical doctor. I repeat, I am not a medical doctor. You say, well, I thought your name was Dr. Kenesha. It is. I have an educational doctorate degree from Bremen University in organizational leadership. So anything and everything I'm telling you is it's just my own thought. It's some reading of articles and it's from my experience. But if you're looking for some medical advice, I encourage you to call your medical doctor. But from my experience, I know that we are affected by our weight, but we have to be consistent. So hopefully you have been doing that. So I'm going to give you 3 more tips today. 1, drink water about a half hour or an hour before you eat. Why? Because it's said that when you drink water, if you're trying to lose weight, you will be tending to eat less because your belly will be full, right? It's not a miracle. It's not a work of a masterpiece. It's just a practical step that you can do. Now, if you continue to eat and you're full, I can't help you there, right? This is not going to be easy, but we have to be committed to it. So drink water, at least 16 ounces, about 13 minutes or an hour before you actually eat whatever that meal is. And that water will take up some space, which means you'll be taking in less calories. Then use a smaller plate. Again, there's no miracle in that. Why? Because then you'll put less food on it. If you're trying to practice the strategy from last week with the same plate that you had, that plate is going to be very lonely. And then it's mentally going to mess with your mind and you're going to want to eat more. So get a smaller plate or smaller bowl, a smaller whatever you eat in. And the goal is don't go back for seconds. Because you can get the smaller plate, and if you go back 3 times, it defeats the purpose. Remember, family, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not easy work. You're going to have to put effort. But anything worthwhile is uphill. It's worth it. Then our last one is keep healthy food around. Because there are going to be times where you're going to want to snack. And perhaps I challenge you, if you're really struggling, at least once a day when you go to get a snack, get something healthy. But if there's no healthy food around, you have 0 chance of doing that. So buy some healthy food, keep it in your home, in your car, at work, and on that one time where you have a craving and you know you're not supposed to eat, at least eat something healthy. Remember, consistency is key. Your weight is with you all the time and it affects how you feel. Let's implement these strategies. I'm with you. This is your friend Kenesha. I love you. I know what it's like, but you are going to have to put the work in. Okay, I'll see you next week. Have a great day.